Hello, everybody. Average Gamer here, and welcome to another episode of Supreme Ruler Ultimate as the South Sudan. So, in this episode, or in the last episode, I should say, France started a war with Sudan. We kind of hopped in there a little bit to kind of join in, hopefully at least to capture as much of the southern territories as we could associated with oil. Because that's where we want to be able to utilize a lot of stuff, because that's pretty much the only natural resource the Sudanese have. They have like a hydro plant over here and a few other things, but that's pretty much it. Speaking of which, a hydro plant is done being built. I didn't even notice in the last episode when exactly that got completed. So we're almost halfway to our needed, we'll say, goal. So I'm going to build another one. Oh, nope. Let's do it this way. It's a lot easier. Another hydro plant. There we go. Let that build up. In the meantime, I've been asked a lot of questions about Supreme Ruler Ultimate over the last little while, and I thought I'd take this episode to do a bit of a Q&A. I'm not really going to play that much. Most of it's going to be pause in the background, but I thought I would answer some questions and kind of go over things. So the first one was, I had someone ask what our GDP and our interest rates were, or our GDP and our inflation. Sorry. So our GDP right now is 1,101, which is already extremely higher than it was before. But our inflation is 57.9. That's due to all the construction that we've been doing. We've been building a lot of facilities and things like that. That will go down in time. The reason for that is, well, the reason why I know is because of the way I have everything set up taxation-wise and price-wise for everything. Everything's above 200%, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So our inflation is going up massively right now due to the fact that our economy is growing a lot. Over time, that's going to go down once things kind of settle a little bit. Build a lot, do a lot of construction, and have a lot of growth in your economy, and your inflation is going to just skyrocket. There's nothing really you can do about that. So in the meantime, we're going to have to be happy with a 57% inflation rate, but long term, it'll go down. So I'm not too worried about that. Another question was, how can I get countries to like me? To be 100% honest with you, politically, you have to think, or you have to think politically. You have to think, what's country A is going to like about me? And you have to remember is, in the end, their main thing that they want to think of is themselves. Their own personal gains and situations are their most important thing. Right? So to them, they'll like you if they can rip you off, if they can make money off of you and take advantage of you. That's the first thing. So doing a lot of diplomatic, basically interactions with them as well can make them like you over time. It affects you slowly. So if they get a beneficial arrangement with you, like say for example we tried to trade with Ethiopia here, we tried to trade them I don't know, for some agriculture. So right now it's seeing they're requesting $9 million because this is actually worth $9 million. If we offer them $9 million straight up, they're not going to like it. The only way to get a country to like you is to pay, well, not one of the things, but when it comes to this part, is to actually pay more. Basically, you pay them more than this stuff is worth, and they'll like you. It kind of sucks in my eyes, but it's the honest truth in this case. The only way countries are going to like you when it comes to this stuff is if you let them rip you off. That's the first thing. Second thing is if you also influence their country. By influencing a country, I mean by right-clicking on a territory, for example, or even making sure that the state tab is lined up to their country. And you go into influence, and you actually can support their government, or you can also support their opposition. So their opposition becomes into power. They're going to like you a little bit more due to the fact that you helped put them in place. You can also fund an insurgency. to help kind of break the country up. So if they had, for example, a democracy like they do here, and we have a dictatorship, we could support the, we'll say the rebels or the insurgents in Ethiopia that are pro or anti-democracy. Then what will happen is those guys will come into power. They will like us more because they have the same government as us. Because if you don't have the same government, you automatically get negative modifiers to your country's relations, we'll say. So, for example, a capitalist country or democracy will not be on good terms with a communist government, a theocracy, or even a democracy, or even a dictatorship, because just philosophically they're too different. You always hear about the Americans, they'll help put a dictator in power, but in the end, most people from the Americas, Canada, Mexico, and the United States don't like dictatorships. So the game is pretty much built around that theory. So a democracy would not be on good terms really with a dictatorship, though there are instances where they are. Like, for example, we're on really good terms with France. Now, the way we've done that is we also supported them. By supporting them, what happens is if country A declares war on country B or does something, every country has that ability to either support or condemn. You can support a country's actions when they research certain things, take certain actions. You can hit support or condemn. If you hit condemn, that's a negative hit on your relations. If you support, that's a positive boost to your relations. That's pretty much the major way. You can also just give country money. I think the number one thing going on right now is give a country about let's say $1 billion over 90 days. So you're giving a country $90 billion. That will positively impact the country because you're basically just giving them free money. The higher the amount of money you give the person or the country, the higher amount they are going to like you. Now, they will like you, but the people will not, because there's 3 different modus operandi for countries. So we're going to go to Ethiopia, or we'll pick Ethiopia here. So, for example, diplomatic rating. Country could love you diplomatically. We're going to actually pick France here because they're probably going to be the ones that, yeah. So you'll notice on a diplomatic rating, we love France, and France loves us diplomatically. Civilian rating. People in the South Sudan love the people of France. The people in France are amazing according to people in the South Sudan. But the people in the South Sudan do not like the people. Sorry, the people in France do not like the people in South Sudan themselves. Like the people, not the governments, the people don't like each other. And then further down, we also have the casus belli, which is the reason to go to war. So right now, for example, we have a 36% justification to go to war with France. Well, France has a justification of going to war with just 6%. So in this case, there's a bunch of different factors, but basically, if the casus belli is lower, that's good. It has a more positive impact on your relations. If the civilian rating for both countries is higher, or the higher the rating, basically, the more, we'll say, effect it has. And last but not least, diplomatic rating. The higher the diplomatic rating, obviously, the better it is as well. It'll get to the point where countries will give each other discounts. Like, we'll give them discounts. Well, the AI won't give as much discount to us when we buy stuff from them, but they'll give us discounts. But then when they want to buy something from us, they'll actually pay more. So it's kind of a one-way deal for the AI, but which kind of sucks for them. But who cares? It's the AI. So that's pretty much the majority of questions I've been getting recently. As I've been saying constantly, don't hesitate to ask a question. I will answer them in my videos and all that stuff. So that is the Q&A part of the video. Now here we go for the back to the fun part. I hear shooting. Is that because the French are pushing? Nope. Are we fighting? Nope. Is anything louder over here? It's coming from here, probably. Yeah. I would love for them to kind of come after South Sudan again, please. So we move up some of our units again. all these units have been supplied. Anything except that guy. Once the barracks is done, that'll help. Well, those are Hummers. Didn't realize that. As time progresses, this should positively impact our supply in the region. They're at 95%, 94%. 94%. Just let them kind of work their way over to where I want them to go. Let's do a full engagement here. This is mostly artillery and things like that, so... Come on, guys, come on. 64%. No, withdraw. Let them sit there and recoup their losses here. A lot of garrison troops and artillery. Bosnia has surrendered. Some shortages, no big deal. What I would like to see, though, is the... Oh, we're back to 100%. Perfect. This Piranha moved up here. %. Good, 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 good. 100%. Move up now, please, and keep you guys in support. They're still at 100% supply, which is good. Withdraw, please. I don't want to lose any units. Supply is good. But our health of some of our units are pretty bad. So let's move all these guys back here. And we're going to split these guys up a little bit. How much longer until that base is built? 16 more days. We're going to up the speed a little bit here. So our slow grind for this city of Al Ubaid is taking a little longer than expected. Vietnam has declared war on Brunei. We're going to support that. And Russia and the Philippines. Okay. All right, so we're going to actually withdraw these troops from the from these areas over here. What I'm actually going to do is utilize these guys to help kind of take, hopefully, this military base up here. We're running low on troops. It's one of our big, we'll say, issues, is a lack of units. Let's troop transport. Run it down this way. How many more days? We have 13 days. Theoretically, okay. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. Right there. The supply line's getting cut. That's not a good sign. But now theirs have been cut. Kind of leave everyone kind of sitting like so. Let them do that little push there that they did. Move up, please, to that location. In the meantime, the military base will be done in 11 days. The supply depot will be done in 50 some odd days. So that's no big deal. So it looks like they're going to try and push out again. And bring this guy up as well. There we go. There we go. There we go. And they both want to buy oil from us. Perfect. So you're going to go there. You're going to go back there. Keep our supply lines open. Let's move these guys back. They're probably going to get shot at a little bit. Nope. Good. They should have some of the supply units. We're going to split this group up now. 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, that's 6. So one more there and one more there. Just looking to see the health of guys here. And this AMX is getting pulled back. And this one's going up. These guys are moving up as well. They're at 100%. So they can engage you. Perfect, perfect. Okay. The more units we destroy, the less we have to worry about later on. We have a shortage of industrial goods. We're just going to make a trade here with France to buy a bunch. Oh, yeah, that little button's back finally. We have an aircraft flying over us so they can see us. We're at 98% supply. We'll find out if the French are going to agree to this little trade deal. That's probably a counter. Yep. They want an extra 6.9 million. That stuff was worth $1.3 billion, and they want 296 billion. So we're going to accept that 100%. And we're going to accept the purchasing of oil from us to the Vietnamese. So, yeah, pretty much when you look at it, we're in a good spot right now. We're slowly grinding away this the Sudanese military. It looks like the French are still not doing their push. All they have right now is a supply truck, an attack helicopter, and a attack aircraft in the area. And they're not even moving south at all. Let's say the majority of their troops were here fighting Bosnia and up here fighting the Russians. So a significant amount over here as well fighting the Russians. I don't know who they're at war with still. They're at war with 8 separate countries. Cyprus, Iceland, Oman, and a whole bunch of others. Okay. So just from this angle here, we can see we're already kind of sneaking in to Sudan. Our stuff has already actually taken naturally some of this. We've lost some territory down here. If we go to our loyalty option here. So we've lost some territory. Ooh, yeah, we've lost a bit. Over here too. Oh, we lost a lot actually. Lost some here, some here. Oh, have we lost some of our oil? Yeah, we've lost about that much. That's no big deal. Because what will happen is we should get all this and all this. We should get automatically our territory back. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. As the French get some of it, I'm not going to be too happy with that. But overall, though, we are pushing in to Sudan. Sudan. Until next time, see you guys then. Bye bye.